Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Mark, Killer Job with Mark, and making another video. And this video, if you can't tell by looking behind me here, is a little different. Little backstory. I work for some wonderful people, and they know that I love to cook, and they watch my videos. So probably watch this one. And they gave me a vanilla orchid for Christmas. I've made vanilla for them, and you know, they know that I make vanilla, of course, obviously. And they they gave me a vanilla orchid for Christmas. Today is, you know, day after Christmas, whatever. And anyway, so I had to order a couple things because I live in Northern California. This is not exactly the region, the climate, or anything to grow vanilla orchids, all right, unless you've got a greenhouse. So I don't know. I really don't know anything about growing orchids or vanilla orchids, for all that matters. Anyway, so I had to do some reading. I had to do a little bit of research, and I found out that I'm going to need a greenhouse because, well, I knew that they grew in, you know, they grew in locations that are literally close to the equator, right? And anyway, they like 80-degree temperature range. They like high humidity, 60 to 80% humidity. You know, they like to have good lighting, but not direct sun directly on top of them. And so, anyway, so I ordered some stuff. I went and bought a pot. I didn't necessarily need a pot this big because it's small right now. But, you know, I didn't want to have to repot it after 6 months or a year or whatever. So I bought this pot. It like the vanilla orchids. Vanilla orchids are they're climbers. They climb and they have these air roots. That air roots will want to grab onto stuff and they'll climb up anyway. And so I found out that they like the post, or they like a host to grow up, a tree or something like that. So I found out that these cocoa core totem poles are pretty good. They're actually made with a coconut husk. I knew that I was going to have to get some light on these, so I ordered grow lights. I know they needed humidity, so I ordered a indoor greenhouse. I'll show you that after I get it potted. And I know they like peat moss. Basically, you kind of want a mixture of sphagnum moss and like a bark of some sort. I really couldn't find the bark I wanted, so right now I'm just going to be doing it in sphagnum moss. And I found this at Lowe's. And I bought this. It's sphagnum peat moss. So I'm gonna pot this up, and this is not gonna be the first video. I will do videos as it grows, showing its progress. You know, I mean, of course, it's gonna take quite a bit of time. My understanding is, you know, you're looking at a year, anywhere between a year to 3 years before it might ever bloom. So I don't know. I've read stuff that said 3 years to 4 years. I've read stuff that said 1 to 2 years. So I'm thinking somewhere between 1 and 4 years it'll bloom, and maybe we'll get some vanilla beans, you know. But anyway, so this video is pretty much just going to be about potting it, put it in the greenhouse, lights. I already have the greenhouse built. It took a whopping 10 minutes. And I put the lights in it, did all that. It's all set up and ready to go. But I need to get this doggone thing in a pot and get it in there so, you know, we can give it a happy home. I'm still a little bit blown away that that they found this vanilla orchid and bought it for me. And I can't thank you enough, Liza and Joe. I mean, really, this is cool. Anyway, so of course you got to put, you know, your sphagnum moss in there. All right. It doesn't have to be necessarily like packed tightly in there. I'm going to pack it down a little bit because of I need the post to stand up inside of this doggone thing, right? So this bottom layer, I'll pack that in a little bit. I'm going to give it some moisture. You know, I'll give it some moisture. All right, so I've got a little bit more in there. I'm still going to put some more in there. Whoa. Now I'm going to have to clean up my countertops because I just spilled sphagnum moss on it. What the heck is sphagnum moss? I honestly don't know. I just know that that's what it says to use. Sphagnum moss. All right, so I think I've got plenty in there. All right, this is, I think, way more than enough. Then let's get our post back in there. Oh, that's just about perfect, I think. Yeah, I think that'll just work perfect. Now let's get our orchid. And my understanding from watching, I mean, I watched several different videos on vanilla orchid growing, and man, my understanding, these things are apparently they're pretty doggone easy to actually grow in the right climate. They don't even need roots down here. They really don't even need roots, you know, like in your dirt. Like, they don't need to root down here. Am I saying that right? They really don't need to root down here. I saw videos where they literally took mature plants, mature vanilla orchids, and just literally cut a chunk, poked it down in the dirt, tied it around a pole, just kind of similar to this, and grow it. And the other thing that I found in the videos and reading online, about vanilla orchids, and please correct me if I am wrong, but this is what I heard from more than one different source, was that they're not even that particular about fertilizer, which is kind of interesting. I think normal orchids are kind of particular about fertilizer. I don't know. I don't know anything about. Please, if you have suggestions for me in regards to growing this orchid and being successful and all that happy stuff, please share that with me. I want this to be successful. So there it is. It's in the pot. There it is. It can grow this much before I got to put number 2 on there. I am going to keep, excuse me, I am going to keep the water that I water it with. I'll get a little thing of water, and I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep all of this inside the greenhouse so that, you know, the water that I water it with, and I did see that where that's kind of a good thing. I'll keep this in the greenhouse. I'll keep the spray bottle because it'll get these roots. You can actually see some. I'll try to get a close-up of it. But it has these roots that grow out. Everywhere where there's a leaf, it has a little root that's growing. And they're growing right now on here. And those, they're called air roots, I think. There's a different name for them. I heard a different name, but I don't remember. But it actually will get most of its moisture through those roots right there. And so, I mean, granted, you want to keep this the soil moist, but you want to spray it, mist it with water, because a lot of its moisture will come. It'll derive its nutrition, its moisture from those air roots, and that's actually what will connect to this as well. You know, I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to wet this thing real good too. Where it's going to be growing, I'm going to keep that moist as well. So anyway, all right, it's potted, it's there, it's ready to rock and roll. I will pause this for a moment, and then I'll take it to where the actual greenhouse is and get it inside of there. But I'm excited. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I mean, my wife, she's pretty excited too. She's like, "We're gonna grow a vanilla orchid? Yeah, we're gonna grow a vanilla orchid." So anyway, there it is. Let me go ahead and pause this, and then I'll fire it back up when I get it over there. Greenhouse is literally just, well, I'll show you where it is when I get everything set up over there. So be right back. So here's the greenhouse. It's kind of cool, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the grow lights that are in it, actually, I can pick the hue, right, which is, you know, you want between, I think it's a 400 and a 750, 800, somewhere in there on the light scale. And this right here is the white, the red, and the blue lights, which, excuse me, literally gives it from 350 all the way to 800. Or you can just choose the blue and the red, which is, from my understanding, what you want. Or you can do, well, all white, or you can do all three. So that's how that works. I'll turn it on just the white so you can see better, but most likely I'm just going to leave it on the blue and the red, because that's the suggestions that I got from the people I talked to. Anyway, so this is the little greenhouse. It was like $40. The front rolls down and zips closed. I'm going to get a pan for the bottom, because they say that that moisture will collect and it'll drip down on the bottom. So I've got it on the ceramic tile right now, so I can clean that up, but I'm going to get a little pan for it. It literally, I can put shelves here, 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 and the bottom. It's got 4 tiers. I only have the second one and the third one here. I didn't put a 4th one. I didn't put the bars in it, because I don't want it that much closer to the light. And then as it grows and gets bigger, I'll move it down to that one down there. And then eventually, hopefully, if it grows big, The very bottom. That's my hopes. And then these are removable, these wire shelves. But anyway, let me grab the camera and I'll give you all a closer view of it. And then that'll be it. That's be the end of the video. I don't know. I'm excited. Please, 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 if you know anything if you know anything about growing vanilla orchids and greenhouses and the lighting and the fertilizer and the soil, please, I welcome your suggestions, your comments, all that stuff, okay? So don't forget, if you want to follow this and follow the journey with the vanilla orchid this far from the equator, give this video a like. Down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, there's a subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications, share the video, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Share it on your channel if you've got a channel. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, okay? And I'll show you some close-ups, and then that'll be it. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here is what it looks like inside of there. All right, so there it is. I got the water jug in there, the other pole, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you the different colors of the light. Okay. Here, let me see the best way to do this. That's all three. That's all three. There's 4 lights up there. Look, there's 4 lights. That's the red, blue, and the white. This is just the red and the blue. See? And then that's all white. And then that's all 3. But that's how it looks. I'll close her down. There's the blue and the red, like I said. I'll close this thing down. Boom. Right? It zips down. I got this at Amazon. I ordered all this stuff through Amazon, except the pot and the soil. The light, the pole, and the greenhouse I ordered, excuse me, from Amazon. So there it is. I'm going to probably give it another spray. And then that's it. Oh yeah, this light also has a timer. You can set it for 8 hours, 9 hours, or 12 hours, and it'll automatically turn on and off, whatever you want. I'm going to set it for 8 hours. So every 8 hours, it'll come on, and it'll stay on for 8 hours. So it'll be 8 hours on, 8 hours off. If you have a suggestion as to a better time, it'll do 8, 9, and 12. But I could also plug a timer into the wall and plug it into the timer. And set whatever I want. I can get a digital timer. But anyway, give me your suggestions, comments, questions. Let me know what you think, okay? I'm pretty excited about the doggone thing. I mean, I really am. Ignore my cat playground. Anyway, let me know what you think. There it is in there. Got its light going on. It looks like the tips of the leaves are brown, but it's from in here, but it's not. It is perfectly green, top to bottom. It looks really healthy. We'll see how if it stays healthy. I'm praying, I hope. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. See you in the next video.